All right, so we're doing the responsibility training organizing for team communications site, right? So getting set up. So the goal is to get set up and functional on and functional and have functional communication, right? And have functional communications on the new FQN or the FQN team site, right? Communication site. I think that's pretty much the goal, right? And then maybe, you know, to understand the policy, right? So the policy is right here, required to have all information publicly searchable. Otherwise, 2 hours of policy tracking per day. Okay. So steps to using communication site. Step 0, setup. Make sure you have the link to the site and the link to the training video. Step 1 is going to be registration, right? Registration. So get registered. Did you do the Facebook? I think you could either use get registered with email or Facebook. Log in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go to the site. Here's the link. Have link to the new site and the video. HTTP. So this is just gonna be team.fqn.fun. So we go in here, team.fqn.fun. All right. So here is our communication site. You go to login and forms registration. All right. So for registration, go to the login menu and go to forums registration. Okay.
Okay.
And then here you wait. That didn't work. Huh. Oh no, because I'm already registered. Yeah, I'm already registered already.
Because you are already registered. You are logging in.
Let me keep different tabs, see if it works. So this would be team.fqn.fun. Login forms registration. Oh yeah, cool. So this one I'm not signed in on. So you just put your username, your email, password, confirm. You know, make sure you slide to verify for the CAPTCHA. You have to agree to the form rules and register. And then if you want to do Facebook, you have to do the Facebook and you can log with the Facebook. So I think that all works. Cool. All right. So that is pretty straightforward. So then step 2 is to start understanding our model for the communications, right? So the communications model. So what happened to the communications? Here it is, right? So there's 4 parts to the communications model. And here are the 4 parts of the communications model. So this would be like step 2 is basically, you know, the model. So we want to understand the communication model, and ask questions if you have them. So basically, the step 1 is the chat, which we're going to go through, right? Or not, it's not really step 1. It's like, you know, level, let's call it level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, right?
Level 5.
Level 4. All right. So the first thing you do is the chat. And the way you get to the chat is so step 3 is chat, right? So learn how to use new chat rooms. Don't worry about using Discord if it as well, right? So you could do both. Should do both, right? So we can always do both to meet policy, especially while we're trying to transition. So you have a message, you can send it on Discord, which is basically private. No one has, it's not publicly searchable. It's only privately searchable. And then you also do it on the public chat, which is publicly searchable and viewable. All right, so you go to the communication categories and you would say, okay, I want to go into executive communications. And I want to go to activity team chat. So you click on activity team chat, and this will take you straight to the activity team chat. And you would want to make sure you're logged in or that you have your customization set or whatever. But anyways, it should work. Test a let's schedule for Andromeda or whatever, right? And send. So, yeah, so it looks like it's working just fine. All right, so that is the chat. And so we have all the different chats for the different categories, and we'll be adding more as needed. So if there's an additional chat that you're looking for to replicate something that is in Discord, we can always add it. It's obviously a little more complicated than just adding a Discord channel, but it's not that much more complicated. All right, so then we have comments. So chats are important for anything that's just like a quick, easy information, something that you don't really need to search for, because as the chat continues, it'll be hard to find it, and it's not really searchable in the same way that Discord is, right? Because it'll just kind of disappear. Well, we will be able to database and back them up and like do all the stuff with the chat. So, in that way, it might actually be more accessible than Discord, because Discord's harder to back up. Either way, for every single chat, for anything that's more important, we would go into the comments, which is right below the chat. So anytime there's an important message in chat, that's more than just like, oh yeah, hey, let's just schedule. But if there's something actual real content that needs to be saved, you copy it from the chat, right? And so this would be, step 4 is comments, right? So learn to copy important information from the chat and add to comments, right? So if I find something important in the chat, like let's do an example in Discord. So if we go to Discord activity team, do we have our notes, right? So we had important notes that were linked. We don't want to lose the notes. So if someone says, oh, link to our session notes, and they link that into the chat, I'd be like, okay, well, that's really important. We don't want to lose the link to our notes. So I'm going to come down here to the comments, and I'm going to leave a reply on the comments, and I say, okay, link to the session for our notes, and I would post the comment. And then the sessions or notes are now not only in the chat, right, channel, it's also now in the comments. And the comments are basically ingrained into the website itself and are directly searchable on the site. So you can actually search for, notes and actually get, maybe it's not searchable yet, but it will be searchable for eventually. Okay, so so that's exciting. There's a plugin I need to add to make it so that the comments are searchable. All right, but either way, it's still embedded in the site, which is very, very important. All right, so then the last level, what you want to make sure is clear is like, so basically you start with your chats. As chats get more important, they go up to the comments and you make them comments. And then when something gets really important and it starts getting a little bit more lengthy and there's more, asynchronous process involved and you're really like trying to get organized, you go into the forums, right? So the forums, you want to learn to copy very essential communications and information into the forum topics. Okay, so when you get a forum topic going on, let's say we created this, we had for today, we have our very important communications regarding our emergency AGC meeting, right? So this obviously goes beyond just a comment. And so if someone put this into a chat, it's like, okay, emergency meeting happening. Wait, do we have core team chat? Let's see. So here's all our communication categories and worker categories. So yeah, we do have core team chat. So if we're doing core team chat and someone's posting in the core team, hey, we have this proposal for emergency meeting, right? That's happening. It's like, oh my God, that's like really important. Let's copy and paste that into the comments. All right, so now it's a comment, but this is actually more important than just a comment. This is like a full experience that we're dealing with as a team. Like we really need that. This should be a forum post. So then I would go into the forums, and in this case, we're going to the worker forums, and we want to add a topic on our AGC taxes coordination. And then I would add the topic, content character
Content
length.
correct
To,
length.
oh, yeah. So this would be the initial topic information, right? And so now it's a full topic in our AGC taxes coordination for, well, it's under test category, but we can improve that in the future. But the point is that forums are more complicated. There's more levels. There's more interaction, and so then I can reply and say like, I will be there, and my thoughts are, and then I can like put a lot of information about my thoughts, and this is like really helps for asynchronous communications. Um, you know, and so this is like much more involved, and you can search in the forums. So the forums are where we put like the much more detailed, involved processes. For example, anything that becomes a contention will basically automatically get its own forum topic. And we'd be, going through all of the replies and information, which would be much more detailed as opposed to like a comment or just a chat. So that's basically the new model. And then of course, step 5 is Discord. When in doubt, just use Discord.
Step
Right? And that's
6.
yeah. Step 7, wrap up. Right. So wrap up and improve responsibility. So let's see if there was anything else in our notes here. Yeah, so this gives some examples. I gave some examples already, but we do have a little bit more here on examples. Clear steps and examples. Where are you communicating on Discord? So wherever you're communicating on Discord, there should be a basic, we just took the most important channels on Discord and made them chats on the new site. So activity team in Discord, you just go to the activity team chat on team.fpn.fun. What do you do if someone writes something important in the chat? You copy and paste the chat into the bottom comments section where it says reply to. Note your account will need to be verified in order to make comments. And then 3, what do you do if the comments get very important or complicated? You copy the comments and you create a topic in the forum. And then you post the information in the forum. When else fails, use Discord. Okay, so that's it. So any questions? Okay.
No, I have no question. I was wondering, some few days ago, I want to use the activity communications on website. I forgot the password, but I just realized I should have just say forgot the password, then the password reset. I managed to log in now again.
Great, cool. So yeah, it's pretty easy to coordinate your own login and your passwords and everything. So it shouldn't be very hard. And then from there, when you are, communicating on the new site, like let's say I go to the new site and I'm like, I want to go to, activity team because that's what I use the most. So I'm in the activity team chat and I'm like, hey Lucy, can you review this document? And I put link, right?
Yeah.
I might also go over to Discord, into activity and say, hey Lucy, I sent you a chat message, on the FQN team chat site, right? So then it's like, oh, in the activity team, right? In the
Activity.
activity chat. So then it's like, this should notify you that I sent the message here, right? So
Yeah.
and that way it's still publicly transparent without having to log in, or there's no barrier or anything, so everyone can review and see it, but and are notified. So in this model, they're in the forums, there's notifications. The chat, there's different types of notifications that can be set up, but it's really still pretty limited. In comments, I'm not sure, like I can reply to your comment and that should notify you that you got a reply. But over time we can build, and update our chats and update things to be more interactive and logging. But right now the primary goal is to make sure that the chats are publicly accessible without having to log in, right? So you don't need to log in to chat. You also don't need to log in to view the chats, right? So anybody, so for example, over here, I'm not logged in and I can still see the chat. Also, these chats are not going to have links, right? Which is also a problem, right? And then in terms of these comments, I don't think get links either. I'm not really sure if it gets a link. Let's see. I don't think so. Wait. What's this? What's that? Maybe it does get a link. How would you be able to view the link? I don't know. Well, there it is. Copy link. All right. So it looks like every comment does get a link. So this would be the comment 10. So yeah, so every single comment does get a link. So you can link comments, but you can't link chat messages. Okay, as far as I
Okay.
know. But you can link the chat. So that's why the chats would kind of disappear. So in Discord, you can obviously link every single message. So you can have a message link. So it has a link. But the problem with the message link in Discord, if I go here and I put the link into the internet, you can't see the message. It just goes to Discord login. So there's a barrier to being able to view and communicate, or to view and search and actually see the messages on Discord. If you're not logged in Discord and you don't use Discord, which obviously everybody in the world doesn't, it's like you can't even see the messages. They're not transparent. They're not searchable. They're not transparent. They're not publicly viewable without logging into Discord. So the links basically are meaningless unless you are logged in. And for me, even though I'm logged in on Discord for the app, I still can't even see the messages online without doing a separate login. So this allows you to view everything and say I can post anonymously and everything. So it's like it allows you to view everything publicly and search and view it without um without like having to log in. So that's why we are doing this in terms of our new policies. Also, it's kind of cool us owning and controlling our own communications on our own site. There's no external platforms involved. It's all our own site. And then also eventually we might move to like a post model where you can actually add an additional level, so we can note this in our training here, where we might have an additional level 5, which would be posts, right? So eventually we may add posts for the most important summaries and information for communications. And then each post would get its own chat. So it's just like, that's something that we might change or add in the future because it would give another dimension. So team members could post on the site for important information, and then they could continue the chats and communications, which would basically just allow another level of communication. Okay, so I think that's all good. Any questions?
How can external people get us?
What is it? What's the
Uh,
question?
yeah, the question is how can people get to know about us?
Um, I don't really understand what you're asking. Are you asking how do people uh, find the information?
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is part of our entire multimedia model, which we're not going through right now. Right now, we're just talking about the team communications. But as we move all of our communications onto our WordPress sites, the whole reason of doing that is these sites will automatically be set up to post and communicate information to social media, right? So basically comments, the forums, and the like already with the forums, like anytime you like let's say you go to the forum, um, you can already, I believe, yeah. So if I'm like, okay, this is really cool. We're talking about activity team and the executive P team, and here's all the information here, and I could be like, okay, I want to share this to Facebook, and then it will automatically go to Facebook, right?
no,
And so then
yeah,
you can just post it on Facebook with a link of a click of a button. But eventually we can set it up to automatically update people on Facebook and Twitter and other social medias, however we want to. And that's what's so powerful about this is that not only is it on the internet and anyone can view it, whereas on Discord, the only way to find it on Discord is like, you can't search anything on Discord. The only way to find it would be some random little like, you know, invite link. So unless you have basically the secret code invite link, you'll never be able to see a single communication we have on Discord, right?
yeah,
Whereas with this, it's publicly searchable online. So any sort of Google search or online search on any search engine could potentially pull up our information. Plus, we can easily set it up to automatically post and communicate onto to public media platforms and make it more interactable. So our entire multimedia model that we're building is going to automatically put all of our updates on social media and to the public and have it all publicly searchable and publicly accessible on the entire internet with no codes, no links, no nothing. It'll just automatically be available to the public. Whereas Discord, it's just, again, nothing is publicly searchable and publicly available without getting the secret code invite. Like if you don't have an invite, it's private. So it's only accessible to people with an invite, which is what we want to get away from. That is the thing that's against policy now, right? So we
yeah,
changed our policy that even though Discord is public, there's this barrier that you need to have this secret code to get access to it. And that is not publicly searchable. It's not publicly accessible. It takes a level of entry and invitation that is against policy. And so this new model of communications meets our policy because there's no barrier to view, and engage and experience our communications and posting. It's all interacting publicly. All right, so hopefully that answers your question.
yes, sure. You have answered my question. Thank you.
And it'll take some time to get used to it and to update it and to fix it and to make it functional and. So anyways, we are already, looks like we're already missing our
Break.
break in order to take the break before Andromeda.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and stop and wrap up and then be done. So any other last question? Otherwise, I think we're good. And can you get the link to the training, or do I need to get that?
The link to the training. Let me. Yes, I have it.
And we also need to index this training too. So index training. Are you going to do that, or should I just do it? Because I don't want you to say you're going to do it and then you're not going to do it.
You can do show me index. This thing really disturbed me when you told me to index something.
Yeah, so I'm going to index it by copying it, and then I go to the multimedia work organizing, and I'm going to put it into the communications training right here. And that took me a whopping 5 seconds, maybe 7 seconds. So if you're taking longer than like 10 seconds on your indexing, then you have no idea what you're doing. Okay?
Okay.
That was it. That was indexing. So every time I tell you to index and you don't do it, it just means you're just ignoring me and not caring. Otherwise, you need to ask questions because it's literally 10 seconds. All right. Anything else?
No, are we now out of page stop?
No.
Or we still need people to respond?
So what we need to do still, so we created the training. So this is done. So the only thing that's left, we did the policy tracking. So the only thing that's left is the communication to the team. Right? So all we have to do is send a message to the team. Here's the training for the new communication site. Here's the video, get logged in. Here's the link. Do the policy tracking. Here's the information on the policy tracking, and that's it. So we just need to send to the team information on the policy training, and the link to the new site in the training on how to get registered and use it.
What is the video link for that training video?
I thought you said you had it. So all of the video links that we do are on the either Joyce's channel or my channel, right?
On YouTube.
There we go. So this is the link to the YouTube channel. So I'll just put that in line 16, okay? And then when you go to the YouTube channel, you click on live. So I guess I should have put, since we do everything live, put the correct channel. So that's the streams. So I go in here, and then here you can see this is the current live stream right here. So I would just click on this, and I would say share, and then I would copy the link, and that's it. That's the whole thing. And then we have the link. I'll put it into our recordings here. But that's very simple. And then that would be the link for the training. All of the training, we would want to have a start time and an end time to get it perfect.
Yeah.
Because if we have like a 5-hour video, we don't want them to watch the whole 5-hour video. It's like, watch this 10-minute segment from this time to that time, make it very clear in the training link exactly the time in the video that you are going to watch. Eventually, when we're doing our training videos, we're going to want to segment and actually break up our training videos. So our official training video should only be the length that you're supposed to watch, and no more or less. Coolio. All right. So we ready for wrap up?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you're going to take care of the communications, right? And then we'll be off of 100% pay stop.
Yes. I'm going to do after break.
All right, so that brings us to here. So we didn't really do much view up. So it was basically just multimedia, and we spent an hour. No, yeah, an hour, 1.25 hours, right?
Okay.
So I'm just gonna track 1.25 hours in multimedia, and that's it. Right, and then I'm gonna take a 15-minute break, and then I'll be back for Andromeda.
Okay. Let's take a break. I'll do communication when I'm on break.
It looks like we're in day 3. And this is so multimedia is internal operations under showcase, line 90.
And
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
okay, thank you, Jay.